Merry Christmas, YouTube. It's actually Christmas Day 2015, just early in the afternoon. And I'm going to do up a baked macaroni and cheese today. I got a viewer who's been asking for it. And I promised them that I would put one up on Christmas, or that I would do one on Christmas. And I'm going to do that shortly. And I'm actually on the way to the market now to get the stuff. And I'm going to try to get it posted tonight. So hopefully it'll still be Christmas when this thing goes up. But I hope you enjoy it. As always, leave me some feedback. Let me know what you think. And again, Merry Christmas. I hope you enjoy your holidays. Okay, family, let's get started. This is what we're going to be working with in terms of ingredients. We got sharp cheddar. We got 2 cups of that, 2 cups of mozzarella, 2 cups of mild cheddar. You can see these are grated, my sharp cheddar and my mozzarella. My mild cheddar is always grated too. Just happened today, it's Christmas, and I went to the grocery store. There was only one market open in my area, and they were sold out of mild cheddar, so I had to actually go to the deli department and get them to slice me up some. You would rather want it to be shredded though, and I'll show you why when I go and use it. It will make a little bit of a difference, but not much. I got these 4 little slabs of butter, Land O'Lakes butter. If you don't, I buy those because when I grill my ribs, I use a lot of those little cubes of butter. When I grill ribs on the side of the road, I might cook 20, 30 racks at a time. It's just irritating to slice. Keep slicing little chunks of butter off of a stick of butter. So I buy them like this. You probably don't have them like that, but just slice you a little piece of butter about that size. All right, and you're gonna need 4 of those, 2 eggs, and 1 box of elbow macaroni. Get whatever brand turns you on. All right, let's get started. Okay, so the first thing we're going to be doing is getting our macaroni ready. Nothing tricky about that. Bring your water to a boil. I go in with a liberal amount of salt. Continue your boil. Put your whole box of macaroni in there. And then have your wooden fork available to stir. Wooden spoon. Wooden spoon because I'm using a non-stick pan. If it's not a non-stick pan, then obviously it doesn't make any difference whether it's metal or wood. You're going to let that go. You don't want to overcook it. You don't want it soft or mushy at all. You want it to start to get tender, and when it starts to swell up, that's when you want to take it off. Probably 10 to 12 minutes. And when you take it off, you want to immediately run it in cold water, get all the hot water off of it. As you know, with pasta, macaroni, they'll keep cooking. Even if you take it off the heat, even if you drain it and you don't rinse it with cold water, it's going to keep cooking. It'll overheat. So 10, 12 minutes, take it off, drain it, hit it with some cold water, stop it from cooking, and then we'll be back. For you just to see, and it took me exactly 12 minutes to get it like I wanted. I guess that makes sense because I think if you go to most guides to see how long you cook pasta, most of them will tell you al dente is about 10 minutes on a boil. So it took me 12 exactly, and it's just how I want it. Like I said, you don't want to overcook it. Now I've drained it already. I don't drain it actually. I just run cold water in the pot, run all the hot water out, and it's cold. So it's sitting in a pot of cold water. So what I do is I use this strainer right here and pull it out of the cold water. So I'm draining it as I'm pulling it out and putting it into the pan. Alright? And you're going to do half of your pasta. In the pan this size, now it's not often that I make these this big. I got a family of 5, 6 now. I got a little grandson that just came along. He doesn't eat this stuff yet, obviously. He's a newborn. But my family of 5, we wouldn't eat this whole thing. So it's not often that I make these. Well, not for us in the house. I make them this size when I go out on the road and I sell my barbecue. Then I'll make 2 or 3 of these to take with me. Now what we're going to do first, because we have the mild cheddar in slices, we're going to go on with a layer of the mild cheddar first. Okay, leave space in between the slices as you lay them out. If you had shredded cheddar, mild cheddar, as I've told you that you should have, it would not matter whether you went on with the mild or the sharp cheddar first, but you would want to go on with a cheddar first. So it would be 2 cheddars, mild and sharp, and they would sandwich your mozzarella. And it doesn't matter if they're all shredded. It doesn't matter which one you put on first. You can go first with the sharp or first with the mild. We got a layer. I'm going to put a little bit more because this stuff is really thin. It's easy to tell exactly how much I want when I'm doing it with my shredded, but this is really, these are thin slices, so we're going to throw a little bit more on there. What you're basically doing, again, if it's shredded, for a box of macaroni, you're using 2 cups of cheese, of each cheese. And that's easy because they come in 2-cup packages. I just got like a ½ pound of these slices, so it's hard to measure out exactly what I want because I don't usually use them. Gonna go on with a layer of your mozzarella. Okay. None of these slices by themselves need to cover all of the macaroni. In fact, they're generally not going to. That would be too much cheese. It would end up being thick and really unpleasant to eat it at that point. And then you got your layer of your sharp cheddar. All right. At this point, you're going to get in with some salt. Don't go crazy with the salt. Cheese is what flavors this dish, not salt. All right. It might look like I'm putting more than I am, but I'm pinching off small little pieces. I'm just trying to pinch it off in different bunches to spread it out evenly. Pepper. And I tend to like to be generous with the pepper. But, you know, it's to taste. Right. Next, your second and final layer of macaroni. All right. That's the balance of your macaroni. Spread it out evenly. And it should be just like this. Your macaroni, your second layer, once you got the first layer of macaroni, a layer of cheese, and your second layer of macaroni, you should be right around the top of your container of your dish that you're baking your macaroni and cheese in, okay? Okay, we're going to take out 2 eggs and a little mixing bowl. And a splash of milk. Just a little bit. You don't want much milk. I don't measure it out, but I would guess that that's no more than a teaspoon. And the reason you don't is because the milk will hang around even after you bake the stuff, and it won't solidify the way you want it to. If you use a lot of it, so you have this liquid swimming at the bottom of your macaroni and cheese, and you don't want that. And obviously, if you're not making the macaroni and cheese this big, you also don't want 2 eggs. You would use even less milk, and you would use only 1 egg. If I'm making something traditional in terms of size. And when I say traditional size, I would be talking about something like this, a casserole dish of this size. If you got one of these in your pantry, in your cabinet, this is what I usually make it in, just for the family. And for that, I will use half a box of macaroni. I will use 1 egg and even less milk, so maybe a ½ teaspoon each. All right, you got that meat mixed up really good. And what you're gonna do is, all right, you got it mixed up really good. What you're gonna do is go over, just back and forth over your macaroni. Try to get it spread out as evenly. Now, so we get back to that idea of why do you use the cheddar, the shredded cheese in all forms, not just mild cheddar, but sharp cheddar, mozzarella, all of it. You want it all to be shredded because at this point, when I just poured this in here, that those slices of cheese are not going to allow that to, penetrate all the way through the way you want it to. You want that liquid I just poured in, that egg wash with the milk to, just sink straight down through all of the macaroni. And it's not going to do that because it's going to hit that layer of slices and it's going to have to run around the edges of those slices. And that's why you want to shred it. All right. And there you go. You get your another layer of slices on there. And so, and also, just an extension of that, if you wonder why I put the slices on first, when I said it doesn't matter if you got, you want to do cheddar, mozzarella, cheddar. But I had also said it doesn't matter if it's all shredded. It doesn't matter whether you do the sharp or the mild cheddar first. So if you wonder why I put these slices on first, it's just, again, an extension of what I just said. I wanted that liquid, that wash, to go down as far through the dish, the casserole dish, as I could. And so at least it was able to get past the first 2 layers of cheese on my first layer, to sit on top of my first layer of macaroni. And had I put, the shredded cheddar on there first, and then put the mozzarella on there, and then put these slices on there, that milk wouldn't have gotten to that first layer of cheese. And also, along the same lines, on this level, you don't need to leave the cracks in between if you don't want to. because I've already put the wash in there. That was the point of leaving space in between these slices so there would be some room for the wash to sink down through. You don't have to do that on this top level because you've already put your wash on. Okay? The next layer of cheese. It looks like I'm a little shy on the cheese there. This is a finer shred. This is something I had in the refrigerator. I tend to always have plenty of cheese because I like to make macaroni and cheese. And it's good to have cheese around. And I'm one of those people that when they have cheese on sale, and they often do, like buy one, get one free, or buy one, get one half price, then I'll do that. So I'll have extra. There you go. See that? Looks good. Let that spread out evenly. And then you got your last layer of sharp. Alright. That spread over. Salt. This is really going to be good, you know. By the way, while you're doing all this, and I should have said this at first, but while you're prepping all this, of course, you want to have your oven heating up. And that's the irony here. I thought I started mine and I didn't. You want to have your oven heating up to 350. Alright, that's what you're going to bake this on. Again, I like to be generous with the pepper. Now you're going to cover it with foil. And here's the very important part of this. You see how long this thing is, and you see how long the foil is that I've ripped off for it. Much longer than the actual baking container is. You want to have this somewhat tinted, right? In other words, you want to put this on here loosely and push it up as you put it on here. So there's almost like a tint sitting above the macaroni. Alright? It doesn't matter how much above. But you can see that. You see it's not sitting flat. It's not laying on top of the macaroni. There's an obvious reason for that. I'm sure you figured it out if you didn't already know. When you bake this, that cheese is going to melt, obviously. And if you do what you normally do, which is, you know, stretch your aluminum foil across and make it a tight fit, it will rest snugly against that cheese. And as soon as that cheese melts, when you go to take the aluminum foil off, you will pull your top layer of cheese off, which you don't want to do. You don't want to pull any of your cheese off. So that's why you're going to make that fit loosely. And you'll get virtually little to no sticking when you go to take that off, and it'll work out better for you, believe me. All right, so it's gonna be good. We're gonna get this oven heated up to 350, and then we're gonna get this in the oven at 350 for about 40-45 minutes. Okay, we back, and I left this in for exactly 45 minutes when I was last with you. And there we go. That's where we want to be right now. And take a good look at that. And as you see, as I promised you, if you tint that foil right, we got virtually, we got no stickers. I mean, we got a couple little pieces of strands of random cheese that stuck to the aluminum foil with almost nothing. Let's take a closer look. Look at that. Really pretty. Nice looking. It's a good looking piece of macaroni and cheese so far. Alright? We still got our oven on 350. We're going to go back in just like this, uncovered. I'll be back. Alright, YouTube. So there you go. Get a good look. That's what you got. That's been in the oven uncovered on also on 350 for about 25 minutes, additional minutes. And that's what you got. The way you know it's done, you stick a fork in it, you get a gentle give, uniformly all the way around. You see it gives very gently, and none of that juice that you poured in there comes back up. If it's not done, when you poke it, that milk and that egg that I put in there, when I pull this fork out, these little holes it leaves, you'll see that milk and egg bubbling up through there. And that's how you know it's not done. Then you put it back in. Very tender, very good. What I like to do with mine is let it sit for about 5 or 10 minutes at room temperature. It's on the counter. I'm going to put the aluminum foil back on it. Let it sit. And then it'll be ready to eat. I'm going to show you a little taste of it. Let's see if you like it as much as I think I'm going to like it. Alright? Be right back, YouTube. Sorry about that. We're back. Let's zoom in, as a matter of fact, let you get a better look. What you can see is really tasty looking. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 yes. Let's get even better look. Alright. Now let's get in there and see what we're really dealing with. Let's go from this corner over here. And I'm actually going to fry. I'm not going to eat too much right now. I'm going to fry me. That's how you want it to come. Look at that consistency. I'm going to fry me some fish in a minute. And I'm going to eat it with this macaroni and cheese. So I'm not going to eat too much of this. Just a little taste for you. But look at that consistency. That's what you want. That's what you want. That's what you want. There you go. See how it is? It's nice and firm. But it's not stiff at the same time. Alright? Hold on one second. Alright. At the end of the day, let's see what we got. I'm doing my own taste test today. Kids on the run. They're over at the family's house, my in-laws, doing the Christmas dinner thing, so I'm here by myself. Here we go. One more. It's incredible. You'll love it. I hope you enjoyed the vid. But this macaroni and cheese, I'm going to fry this fish and I'm going to have a good time tonight. Thanks, YouTube. Okay, YouTube, so I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it was interesting. I hope you give it a try and I hope it works for you. If you do, let me know how it came out for you, if it tasted good, if it worked right. Either way, give me some feedback, thumbs up, subscribe, all that good stuff. I appreciate you every time. Like I say, again, Merry Christmas to you. Happy New Year's. Be safe in the New Year's. And I'll see you soon.